So let's talk about the last style, which is a secure style. The style that we all aspire to operate with. We understand that there might be issues within the context of a relationship, but there's no constant fear of losing the person. We're not also afraid to put ourselves out there. We express how we feel, and we're also able to receive the love and affirmation the other person is giving to us. There is a very low level of jealousy. There isn't hostility. There isn't impulsiveness. We don't intentionally push people away, and we also don't intentionally crowd their space expecting them to validate us. We handle conflict in a way that is healthy. It doesn't mean we don't get angry. It doesn't mean there are times where we don't feel like speaking to the person. But this is not a recurring pattern in the context of the relationship. And there are ways to achieve this secure attachment style. It's very important that we understand that just because I grew up a certain way doesn't mean that I'm doomed to act a certain way for the rest of my life. Here are some of the tools and tips that you can use to adjust your attachment style. At the top of that, I always recommend therapy, to talk through, to heal from your experiences, and to learn tips and tools as well from there. So if therapy is an option for you, please seek it. Remember, we talked about how our culture affects help-seeking behavior. You don't have to wait until you're losing your marriage or relationship. You don't have to wait until it seems so serious before you get help. If in listening to my voice, something says speak to someone, and that's an option for you, you can do that, please do so. Another thing to be mindful of is once you realize that this is my anxious attachment style showing up, or this is my avoidant attachment style showing up, that in itself is a tool. That in itself is powerful, because now you're not just blindly acting, you realize what is influencing your behavior. And you have the ability to say, I've sent 3 messages. I really want to send 15 more. For the person to realize how much they've hurt me and how much them ignoring me is impacting me. But you've sent 3 messages. You can catch yourself and say, I've sent 3. This is enough to communicate that I want to hear from this person. I will give them the space to get back to me. Not saying it's easy to do, but you are going to have to be intentional. Growth, healing doesn't just come naturally. It's not miraculous. It is intentional choices over time. So you're there and you want to pick up the phone and say, you know what? I'm done with you. Go to all your girls and all your guys out there. Go to them. When you know very well that's not what you mean and that's not what you want. Communicate what it is that you actually want. I haven't heard from you in 2 days. I haven't heard from you in 2 hours. I'm concerned. Is everything okay? And send that message and leave it at that. The difference between 2 missed calls and 15 missed calls isn't that the person will spontaneously realize that, oh, I need to call the person back. Wait. Breathe in, breathe out. Mindfulness is actually a very helpful tool. What am I feeling right now? I'm feeling anxious. Why am I feeling anxious? I feel anxious because I haven't heard from ABCD person, and I love them and I care about them and I'm concerned about them. How do I communicate that? Have I communicated that? Yes, I have. I need to give the person time to get back to me. And to be very honest, if you find that this is a pattern of consistently not hearing from someone you're in a friendship or a relationship with, that's good information to have. Information to choose to decide whether you want to stay in that dynamic, do something about it, or leave. If you're the type of person who is in a relationship and your partner has expressed to you that I would like for you to express how you feel more, you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to try. You have to be intentional. It's not going to come naturally to you. If it means setting a reminder on your phone, text ABCD how much you care about them. Let your phone remind you. If it means setting up something in your calendar that reminds you every month, date night, let your phone do that. It's not fake, it's not unnatural. It's you using the tools that you have to try and create a better dynamic with whoever it is you're in the relationship with. Another useful tool is for you and your partner or your friend or your family member to sit down and have conversations, honest conversations about what goes on with you. When you blow up my phone, tell me what it is you're trying to communicate with me, and then give the person the opportunity to say it. When you ignore my calls and text messages, what is it that you're trying to communicate with me? Give the person the opportunity to say it. And the two of you can decide and come to a way in which that works for both of you, how you're going to communicate. How I'm going to let you know that this is critical, get back to me. How I'm going to let you know that, okay, this is a bit much for me, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Can you dial it back just a little bit? These are difficult conversations to have. But for relationships that you care about, relationships that you believe are worth working for, working towards, these are things that you have to do, and you have to be intentional. Just loving the person isn't enough. So I hope this tea on attachment styles is helpful for you, and especially for those people who have started one way and been able to grow in a different way. Share your experiences, inspire someone out there with your story.